Progress.
Okay, good morning, friends. Thanks everyone for joining. We had a very nice chazara last week on Thursday. An epic chazara, 37-minute shir. We're going to try to mikan haba, keep it to the regular time, you know. We're continuing in Siman Kuf Samach Beis Sivches. Natal yadai achas v'shivshifa b'roishai. Let's say you washed one hand and you rubbed it on his head. What does that mean? Says the commentary, Perish kidei lenagva, to dry it. Ofikach lenitma yadai. You didn't scratch your head, you just rubbed on your head. You needed to dry your hand. You had two choices. You could have used the towel that's been used since Oig Melech HaBashan, that has a collection of, all the germs from prehistoric times until today. Or you could rub it on your head. So you made the wise decision to rub your hand on your head to dry it. You're not scratching it. It doesn't become tamei from rubbing your head. Or against the wall. And then you touch that water that came from your hand that's on your head. You're tamei. Presumably the case is you wash Mayim Rishonim. Mayim Rishonim is matai your hands, but the water is tamei. And then you wipe the water on your hair, you wiped it on the wall. If you then touch it, your hands are tamei. Because that tamei water goes back and is matamei the hand that touched it. Afagav dechol kama duloi shivshef metarim b'shivshuf. Even though until you rub your hands together, your hands become tahar by rubbing them. Hashta dechazar v'naga, but now that you went and you touched that water, gara, it's worse. Uchvar nizbar, it's already been explained, shahashoifech ravias ka'achas, that if you pour ravias at one time, you got nothing to worry about. Eina b'chalal kol elu, you don't have any of these problems. The ein shamayim tmeim klal. If you use a ravias of water, there is no tamei water at all. Okay. Says the Mishna Berura, not al yadai achas, if you washed one hand. Afaresh klal inyan shel sifzeh. Let me give you a little intro to explain the subject of this sif. Hine mevayer le'el b'sif beis dahanoito yadav tzarch lishbach mayim rishonim mishniim. We learned earlier that when you wash your hands, you got to pour the first waters and the second waters. V'harishainim, and the first waters, metaharim hayadayim, purify the hands. V'heim atzman tameim, the hands themselves are tamei. V'ashniim metaharim, and the second ones, the second waters, purify the water. V'rak b'shafach revius b'vasach, it's only if you pour revius at once. Al yadav ein sarach l'shniyim l'rayva poskim. According to most poskim, if you pour a revius, you don't even need mayim shniyim. By the way, earlier on in Sivkatan Chaf Aleph, the Mishna Berura brought, even though Roiv poskim hold that when you pour mayim rishonim or revius, you don't need mayim shniyim, there are poskim that recommend it, and therefore lechatchila, even if you wash the revius of mayim rishonim, which we do, you should still wash mayim shniyim, which we also do. We try to wash mayim shniyim. V'kasav kan ha'mechaber. Here the mechaber is saying, "Dim nata rak mayim rishonim levad." If you only did mayim rishonim uva pachas meravius, less than revius. For example, the Shar Tzion says the kli only contained a revius, but you didn't pour the whole thing on one hand, because one revius is enough for two hands. So if you only washed less than a revius, for mayim rishonim, the hamayim tmeim, the water is tamei. Im kinach oisam, if you wipe them, nitaru yadav, then your hands are tar, af b'loi mayim shniyim, even if you didn't use mayim shniyim. We know that already. Now the Dirshu brings from the Chazon Ish that the simple mashmois of the Shulchan Aruch, that if you washed with Mayim Rishayim less than Revius, that somehow this would have been a good Natila had you not wiped it on your head and then touched it, the Chazon Ish says is a tema. Because even according to the Poskim that hold you could wash with less than Revius, Loi nishlama taras hayadayim, until you wash twice. The Chazon Ish says that if you wash the third time less than Revius, your hands are tameh. I don't understand what the Chazon Ish is saying over here. That's not what we learned at all in anything in the last 3 weeks of Mishnah Berura. Well, according to what we learned, if you wash Mayim Rishayim less than Revius, your hands are tahar. The only thing is, the water is tameh. So the Chazon Ish is challenging the Shulchan Aruch. He's saying, no, that shouldn't be. Your hand shouldn't be tahar. But I'm just pointing out, there's a reason the Shulchan Aruch said it this way, because this is consistent with everything we've learned until now. Namely, you're not technically required to use a revius of water to be matayar your hands. The only thing you need a revius for is to avoid having tamei water. Okay? So the Chazon Ish is not happy with this, but this is the shita of the Shulchan Aruch. Okay. Now, so im kinach oisam nitaru yadav af b'loy mayim shniim. If you wipe them, your hands are tahar even without mayim shniim. Kivan sheyadai atzmai nitaru b'mayim rishayim levad. Since your hand became tahar with the mayim rishayim alone. V'rak im chazar v'naga b'mei akinuach nitmu yadav mehem. It's only if you go and you touch this water, your hands become tameh. V'ayin b'ber halacha shebiyarnu dahainu b'diavad. Aval lechatchila tzarich l'shniyim davka. Lechatchila, you do need mayim shniyim. It's only b'diavad this would work. Now, get a load of this. The Dirsha brings from the Chazon Ish that what if you touch the netilas yadayim water of your friend who washed mayim rishayim yadav tameis? That's only if your friend washed correctly. So he washed his hands with less than a revius. The water is tamei. If you touch it, your hands are tamei. But what if your friend is clueless? He's got band-aids all over his hands for minor boo-boos, and he's got other chatzisas on his hand, and he washed like a third of his hand. People get confused between mayim achroinim and mayim rishayim. Mayim achroinim, they think is only for I don't know what. They follow, all of a sudden they follow Tosfos, right? They follow a Tosfos that they once heard about. So they don't do mayim achroinim. Mayim rishayim, they wash them out. Chazon Ish says if you touch that water, your hands are not tamei. That's not natil sidayim water. That's not called natil sidayim water. Which is, in a way, part of the reason why, according to Mishnah Berura, we're not really so concerned about the last guy who washed natil sidayim before. Miman of Shach. If the guy did it right, he used the revius. There's nothing to worry. If the guy is like, clueless, he's washing the, part of his hand, according to Chazon Ish, it's not matame at all. It's not called natil sidayim water. He's paying tribute to the ancient custom of the Hebrews who used to wash natil sidayim. He's like a guy who brings a phone into shul. So he's not actually davening. He's just paying tribute to the ancient custom of the Hebrews that used to go to shul and daven. The guy's he's not attempting to daven. It's like, the women who wear a doily on their head. They're paying tribute to the ancient custom of covering your hair. They're not trying to cover. The guy's on his phone by davening. He's not even paying tribute to the ancient custom. I'll give the guy who washes a third of his hand. I'm only doing this because I have time. It's a short day. But anyway, so that's the Chazon Ish. However, what if you touch a wet shmata that other people dried their hand on? Are you worried that maybe some of the previous people did not wash kedin? He said, no, because if they didn't wash kedin, that's not called mei natila. Chazon Ish says you don't have to worry about touching those things. Now, it happens to be touching those things is sakanas nefashos. That's a different story. I wouldn't recommend touching it. However, he brings from the Shevet HaLevi that in public areas or any place sharam mitzuyim sham, there are definitely people shlei nizaru. You're not allowed to wipe your hand on that towel. You're not allowed to, because you have to be worried that somebody didn't wash properly. But if only one or two people wash, you don't have to be choishesh. You could assume they washed with the revius. Okay, now what's this guy doing? He's touching his head. Says Mishna the hair on his head. What if he's touched sweat? Even though if you touch sweat, you need to wash again. He's not scratching his head. He's just wiping on top. Like the Metzayin of the Ramah explained. Wow, do you know what kind of siyata d'shmaya this is? Last night, we were learning Shulchan Aruch. We happened to point out that in the Ramah, when the Ramah says Yeh Shoimrim, and afterwards in parentheses it says Smak b'Shem Rabbeinu Tam, we said those words are not the words of the Ramah. Who is it? I don't know. Somebody. So now, today, this morning, we're learning who that somebody is. Who's this somebody? His name is Hamitzayim b'Divrei Ramah. That's his name. Hamitzayim b'Ramah. Now you know that these parentheses perish kedei lenagva, or does he mean this is the Ramah? See, this is an even bigger chaz. I would have thought maybe this is the Ramah talking. No, this is not the Ramah talking. This is the Metzayin in the Ramah.
Doesn't say Hagar.
It doesn't say Hagar, right? So who is it? Who is this mystery? He was an anonymous Metzayin.
I heard once I heard it was the Shach. I heard that once.
Who did you hear it from?
Unverified information.
Who did you hear that from?
Koilal, that's what they said.
Which Koilal is this?
It was a while ago.
Okay. Shkayach.
Recording stopped.